Hello, beautiful people, and how are you doing today? I am your girl, Janae Michelle, from This Curvy Girl's Life and This Curvy Girl's Fitness, and I am here for a little bit of a different video. So I do have a podcast, but I decided to do a video podcast as well as audio. So I just want to welcome my subscribers and my listeners to both my podcast and my YouTube channel, and just say thank you guys so much for your support and for your love. And if you have not already, please be sure to go down to the description box and be sure to follow the podcast, give me a rating, tell me what you guys think. And then for those that haven't had a chance to check out the videos, would love if you would give this video a like and definitely subscribe to the channel. So I'm going to jump right into today's video. So I wanted to talk about how fitness saved my life. For those that don't know, just to give you a little bit of background, about 2.5 years ago in May of 2019, I started my fitness journey. I was at that time had recently been diagnosed with diabetes, high cholesterol, heart issues. I was put on medication. I was of course told that I was morbidly obese, and at the same time I was also dealing with depression. So a lot of stuff kind of came together during early 2019 that really caused me to jump into my fitness journey. But I want to tell you guys more about that, so let's hop right on in. So I'm going to start with the day that I went to the doctor and found out kind of all of my ailments. So I had known that I was gaining weight rapidly, or a little bit quicker than I wanted to, but I was depressed, and I am an emotional eater. So when I'm not feeling good, food was kind of like my comfort zone. And I know that that's exactly what I was doing, because it's something that I've dealt with pretty much all my life. And so I knew going to the doctor's office, I knew that I was gonna hear that I had gained weight. I just did not expect to have all of the results that I had received. So that day started kind of funny. It started with me, of course, as you guys know, when you go to the doctor, you got to go to the triage section. You get your temperature taken, you get your weight taken. And so I had stepped on the scale, I stepped off, and the nurse said, "Oh, 391 pounds. And it was such, internally, it was such a shock to hear that number. And internally, I thought I said that's 9 pounds away from 400 pounds, but I didn't say it internally. I said it out loud, because the nurse turned around and looked at me, and she kind of just gave me a gentle smile, but it was just hitting me that I was 9 pounds away from being 400 pounds. Mind you, at this point, I hadn't heard all of the ailments I had received yet. So I go into the doctor's, my room, and the doctor comes in, and he starts to tell me, he's like, "You are you're a full-blown diabetic. We're going to put you on medication immediately." He also said, you have very high cholesterol. I'm going to put you on medication immediately. And he said, and we're really concerned about your heart. So we're going to be monitoring you, having you come in regularly just to do some testing and things like that. So all of that stuff had hit me all at once. And I left that doctor's office feeling more depressed than I did when I came in. And my depression stems from a lot of things in the past, but for those that don't know, a few years ago, I actually went through a divorce. On top of going through the divorce, I had some financial issues. I was just in a really low place. And so I really wanted to, focus on getting better, but instead I focused on eating and being emotional and drawn in. So all of that happened, and you're probably asking, so what made you change, or when did you change? So I'm going to be honest, when I first got all of the information from the doctor, it was unsettling to the point where I did not make a move. I think that I was still in my depression, hearing those words, feeling the way that I felt in that moment, it didn't spur me to make a move immediately, but it was constantly in my head. I remember for about a month and a half, almost 2 months after I got that diagnosis, I remember just like almost every day I would hear the doctor's voice. I would hear the nurse's voice telling me I'm 391 pounds. I would hear the doctor telling me I have diabetes and high cholesterol and all these things. And I would hear that repeatedly. And so I knew that something was being stirred up inside of me, but it hadn't shown itself just yet. And then in May, toward the end of May, it was actually toward Memorial Day weekend, actually. That Friday or that Saturday, I think it was that Friday before Memorial Day, I woke up and something just clicked. Like literally something just clicked. And in that moment, I didn't want to be uncomfortable in my skin anymore. I wanted to fight this battle that I was going to deal with. I wanted to fight because I felt like all of the diagnoses that I had received were things that I could change. It was things that I had control over, and I wanted to take control of my health. And so that weekend, I remember I went grocery shopping and I picked up like healthier foods, and or at least trying to be healthy, salad stuff and snacks that were a little bit healthier, nuts and popcorn, just things that I knew were low calories, but stuff that I can still consume and hopefully help me in my weight loss journey. And that weekend, I remember just thinking so vividly about the times that I had tried to lose weight before. And I didn't want to step on a scale. I didn't want to try and hit a number. I just wanted to live a healthy life from that moment on. And that's the decision that I made. And so that Monday was my first day in the gym. And I tell this story just because I tell it because I want someone else to understand what I went through. But I was almost 400 pounds and I went inside the gym. I didn't have gym clothes. I just wore something comfortable that I had, which I think were just like some yoga pants and a t-shirt and my tennis shoes. And I went to the gym, I stepped on a treadmill, and I can honestly tell you I did not last 5 minutes before I had to stop. And I remember tears literally rolling down my face, and I was so grateful that I was sweating because I was hoping that no one can tell that the tears versus the sweat on my face. And it was so hard and so difficult that day because I just felt like everyone was looking at me, everyone was comparing me, everyone was judging me. And I know that that wasn't the case, but when you are overweight and you're trying something for the first time and you feel uncomfortable in your skin, you have all these thoughts going through your head. And so I remember that what I did was I was like, okay, you lasted, I think, 3 minutes. So I started the treadmill back up and I was like, okay, let's go for 4. And that was my mantra for the first probably 5 or 6 months. Like I would just try and beat the time that I did the day before, the week before. I would just try and beat that number every time and before you know it, I was walking a full 30 minutes without stopping. And I just remember feeling so grateful, but yet so scared at the same time. But I was so happy that I made the decision. So now I want to say, how did fitness save my life? So as I mentioned, I was dealing with depression, and I had never really known the effects of fitness on depression or mental health. That wasn't something that I studied. I just knew that I was going through something, and I knew that I had to lose weight for my health. I didn't realize how much it would help me mentally, and my mental state at that time was really low. I felt unloved, I felt judged, I felt uncared for, I felt like I wasn't doing self-care for myself. It's like I didn't care. And that not caring kept leading me to like, I never thought of taking my own life, but I always thought of these scenarios where my life would end, whether it was a car crash or, whatever it was. Like I would have those moments, and I know that I couldn't never for myself take my own life, but I knew that in that moment, those thoughts were like so strong, so deep, and they were pushing me to an edge that I hadn't never felt before. And I would never want anyone to feel that, to have thoughts of you not being here. It was difficult. And so when I started working out, I remember just like slowly but surely over time, like those thoughts started to go away. The joy that I had started to show back up. I remember smiling and laughing, and I just remember just feeling so much better, so good when I was working out consistently. And so for me, fitness helped save my life, just in many areas, but that particular area, that particular area of depression was so strong and so hard and so difficult to get through. And I would have never thought that a simple task of just working out for 30 minutes every day, walking on a treadmill, and then slowly incorporating other exercises, I never would have thought that that would have taken away so much pain. And it did. And then on top of that, as I continued to work out and I continued to go to the doctor, I remember the day where my numbers got kind of low or lower, and the doctor said, we're gonna decrease your milligrams for your medications. And I was like, okay. And he was like, your numbers are really good, they're going down, I'm really proud of you. And I felt so enthusiastic. And then I remember going back in for another checkup, and then he was like, so we're gonna lower your dosage again. And I was really happy. And then the third time he was like, we're going to take you off and monitor you for a while and see how that goes. And I have not had any medication since. And that's part of the reason why I feel like fitness saved my life, because I had diabetes. I have diabetes. I have high cholesterol. I am maintaining lower numbers. I am working on my body every day, and that includes my nutrition, not only fitness, but I'm watching what I eat. I'm eating better. I'm drinking more water. I'm doing the things that I knew that I was capable of doing before, but yet there was a block. There was like a block that kept stopping me from making the commitment to change my health. And once that block was down, my life changed. And now I don't plan on looking back. I don't plan on going back to that place, because this is a lifestyle change for me. This is truly a lifestyle change. I have been on this journey for 2.5 years now, and there is no way I am going back after 2.5 years of putting in sweat and hard work and tears and pain. And it was so hard to try and push and pull 391 pounds. But every day I did it. And so I can't see myself going back. I don't want to go back. So now the beautiful part of that is not only did fitness save my life from depression, from my health issues, but it helped me to find who I am. It has opened my heart. It has opened my mind. It has freed me in a way that I've never felt before. It has opened me up to wellness, where I enjoy meditation and journaling and just taking care of my body in a way that I hadn't before. It has allowed me to love myself. It has allowed me to forgive my past and forgive the things that I went through. And I feel so grateful and so blessed that I have this opportunity. So now I'm looking at my notes because I'm trying to stay on course. How have I maintained and how do I plan to stay on the course? So I've maintained by working out 5 to 6 days a week. I create a weekly workout every Sunday, and I put that workout to use every day. I also hold myself accountable by utilizing social media. I post videos, I post photos, I post transformation pictures, and I think that not only is it keeping me accountable, but it is also allowing me to reach and touch other women who have gone through a similar process, or who is going through it now, or who's just had to battle or fight to lose weight or feel good or whatever it is. And it's made me be able to connect with so many women across the world, literally across the world. And there's no greater feeling than being connected to all these women who are absolute queens in their own right. And we all are just walking this journey trying to get to the next step. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to even spend that time with them. Even though it's through social media, and I've had the blessing of being able to do Zoom classes and live workouts and things like that, where I've gotten a chance to meet a lot of the women, but just being able to connect through comments and messages has been so fulfilling and so amazing. And I'm just grateful for that. And I maintained it this long, and I don't plan on going back. I do not step on the scale pretty much because I just don't want to feel defeated. I don't want to feel like, oh, I worked out this week and all I lost was a pound, or oh, I worked out this week and I didn't lose anything, or oh, I worked out this week and I gained 2 pounds. Like, I don't ever want to feel like that anymore, because I think for me, I know that I'm an emotional eater. I know that all of these things tie into who I am and how I react to things. And so I know for myself that not stepping on the scale is the best thing for me. It's just more about changing my lifestyle for the better. So I think a lot of people usually want to know how much weight have I lost so far. So when I was first on my journey, I lost about 100 pounds in probably a little over a year, maybe a year, and felt great. When I stepped on the scale not too long after that, I did gain about 15 pounds back, but I do weight lift. I do train. I love pushing and pulling weights. And so when I was talking to my old trainer that I worked with for a while, a friend of mine who is a beast in the gym, they all said that you should really take into account that you're building muscle, and muscle is heavier than fat. And I was grateful for that. So regardless, I can see the shape in my body changing. I can see how my clothes are fitting different. I can feel my energy, and I'm okay with that. Don't have to see this grand number on the scale to feel good about my journey and where I've been. And for that, I am grateful, because I think that's another reason that's helping me to maintain and stay the course, is I just know that this is for life. This isn't about a number. This isn't about looking a certain way or getting to a certain weight. It's literally about maintaining a healthy lifestyle. I guess in the end, I just want to say that fitness has been just this amazing journey for me, and I'm so grateful for the opportunities it has brought. I'm so grateful for the energy that I have, for the way that I feel, for getting up in the morning and not having to walk to a pill container and pop 5, 6, 7 pills. I don't have to worry about insulin. Like, I feel so grateful for those moments more than anything. And I just want to share that, because your health is so important, And it is something that we all have to work on. And I know that it can be difficult. I know that it can be challenging at times, especially if it's unfamiliar territory where you don't know where to start or where to begin or what to do. I get it. I was there. But the thing that I can say is you have to start somewhere. So just take a step. If that's walking, walk. If you like to dance, dance. If you play tennis, play tennis. If you like to play basketball, play basketball. Do something that you enjoy, because the things that you enjoy you're going to keep going. You're going to keep wanting to do it when you enjoy it. So find something that you love and just stick with it. But that is how fitness saved my life, and I am so grateful. I hope that you guys enjoyed this short but sweet video and podcast. I love you guys. Thank you so much for just your support on this journey. If you guys are interested, I am wearing my Let's Go t-shirt for those that are watching on YouTube. If you guys are interested in our Let's Go t-shirt line, you can definitely click the link down below. The link will also be on the podcast description as well in the show notes. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for just this opportunity to share my story. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day. I love you guys. And until the next time, deuces. Peace.